good morning, good afternoon. Am I the only one who feels it's been about 100 years since I've done a live stream? Welcome everybody. Whether you'll be joining live in a few minutes or you'll be watching the recording, I'm so glad to be here again and have my privilege. It is my privilege to connect with you, and I have a very interesting and controversial for some topic today. I want to give you some more insights from the feminine perspective, so you can make your mind and maybe get something useful and something that will help you be more successful with women, but also maybe it will add a little bit more inspiration to the things that you do, because I know that very often men feel that no matter what they do, they are not appreciated. So the topic of today is why women love ambitious and driven men. Once again, why feminine women especially love ambitious and driven men. Why I say feminine women? Because women who are very masculine, who are very masculine, a lot of times they feel like competing with driven and ambitious men and proving them something. Feminine women are quite the opposite. Feminine women truly enjoy and can overlook a lot of men's imperfections when they are with an ambitious, driven man. So, let's talk about this tonight. Hello, Bill. Let's see who we have. Hello, K May. Oh, you're so sweet. She's saying, okay, I'm listening. I love your talks. Thank you so much and welcome. So, this video gonna be general, but some of you who are new on my channel maybe do not know this. I am from Eastern Europe. I'm from Ukraine, so I will add a little bit of Eastern European um, outlook on this, our mentality, more traditional. And of course, we're gonna talk about things in general and modern things that are happening right now. I am currently living in United States and have been here for a while. So, but I feel that having two perspectives, or having been experiencing Eastern culture and Western culture, really adds to my perspective, and I'm more than happy to share with you. It's been so long, and I'm so very happy to reconnect with you again, whether you're watching live or you will be watching the replay. By the way, if you're watching the replay, uh could you please put in the comments hashtag replay once you see this later? That would be very helpful for me. All right, so hello John, hello Jerry, welcome guys. I know I did not announce it, guys. I don't know what it is. As soon as I announce that I'm going live, I have an invitation to go somewhere, I am late, and I do not like feeling anxious. I'm gonna be in my feminine tonight. So, the feminine goes with the flow, the masculine is more structured. Nevertheless, I do have some notes and I'm so excited about this talk. So, why is that women are so driven and women are so attracted, trust me on this one, to ambitious, or why feminine women are attracted to ambitious, driven, passionate about whatever they do in life, their career, their purpose, their mission, their entrepreneurship. Man, what is that? Isn't that the same thing? The man who has money in the bank and he just living, he just, you know, inhale, exhale, go about his day. Maybe he inherited the money, maybe he just has them for whatever reason, um, wouldn't that be the same? Being with a man who has the money in the bank, he doesn't necessarily have passion for life, or a mission or purpose, or a drive for things, but he has money, so his finances are good. And compare him to a man that is waking up and he is on fire. He has drive, he has ideas, he executing the ideas, he's on the run, he's on the go, he's really excited about life. And let's say he has a little bit less, maybe he has maybe he's in the beginning of his journey, maybe he's in the middle of it. And if you know anything about entrepreneurship, today you have a lot, tomorrow you may have nothing. So um but usually people who are truly dedicated, who love what they do, who are truly passionate about what they do, usually things will turn around. Even when they lose, they will gain it all back. It's not about this particular thing, it's about the process. It's about, they have passion for life, they have passion for the particular ideas, and this is how they nurture themselves. So is there any difference? I'm gonna ask this question as a woman, and you guys welcome to participate, and share your thoughts. To your opinion, is there difference between, let's say, both men have same amount of money, but one is just don't just doing his thing, just waking up, watching TV, drinking beer, which is fine. Hey, if he made his money, he can do whatever he wants. No judgment. And the second one, and it's a question for ladies as well, because I keep forgetting that I have ladies now watching me. I keep forgetting because I used to only have men watching me. So ladies, and the other guy has the same amount of money as this guy, maybe even less. Maybe he's not as stable, but he wakes up and he's on fire. He's on fire about life. He is creating things and making things happen every day. He's on the grind every day. He's not worrying about the weekends. He's not worrying to get through the week. He's not afraid of Monday. He is excited about the challenges. He truly, truly loves what he do. One thing I've noticed about men who love what they do, they kind of dread weekends. they actually, they probably work or create something anyway. I've been in a close circle of very, very passionate entrepreneurs, and I can tell you that virus, it's probably men's, I don't know, it could be like men's beauty secret. If men would be beautiful. I'm just kidding, but I feel like that is evergreen, everlasting men's pheromone in that passion that is so attractive. So I'm gonna answer this question as a woman. For me personally, that makes all the difference in the world. I don't think that would be a very happy connection with with somebody who really is waiting for the evening to crack a beer and watch TV. And there is nothing wrong. I think 80 or 90% of people are like that. They're just going through the day. There are men and women who are going through the day, that are dreading their work or their businesses. Usually people who has business do not drag it through the day, because if they have business, means they had passion and courage to open it. So probably they're not dreading and dragging themselves through the day. So personally, for me, there is no question, having being with somebody who is passionate, who truly love things they bring to this world, who is also okay with the roller coaster, because there is nothing glamorous about entrepreneurship and business and certain careers. Sometimes you lose sleep, so sometimes you miss out on a lot of fun that other people haven't, and sometimes you have to really have major sacrifice. You know, sometimes there are so many, you have so much sacrifice you have to do, but there is something, you are driven by an idea. You are driven by an idea. I think I could be a little bit, you know, biased with my indifference to people who just who are not passionate about something, probably because I told you guys about my dad. I don't think I've ever seen in my entire life my dad cracking, opening a beer, or chilling near TV. I don't think I've ever seen him doing that. All I've seen, 4:30 in the morning, um, is there gonna be some noises in the next room, and by about 5:15 he would be out of the door. To come 2 hours prior, people starting their work, because he could not tolerate small talk. He was an engineer. He was drawing and creating projects, and he was so passionate about it that he would come 2 hours. He had a job or career, but he would come 2 hours prior to the opening, and he would start drawing and creating machinery. I don't know how to say this in English. Well, I'm sure you understand. So he was uh, creating collage, not collage, but kind of similar what architects do when they draw it and creating a new project. So he didn't want to listen to small talks. He didn't want to listen about dogs and about the TV shows. He wanted to come and do his best 2 hours. And I think somehow it just got under, it's subconscious probably for me. Nope, it's not a blueprint. It's if anybody in Russian watching me who speak Russian, it's чертеж. Uh, Probably schematics, probably it's, when you use a ruler and a special pencil and you just create that. Yes, probably Bill is close to that. So anyway, I think that was something subconscious for me. I've never really thought, oh, if you're not driven, I'm not talking to you. But I realize with all the choices and all the people I have love and admiration for, they are all the same. They're all the same. They're all passionate about something. Okay, guys, I'm not sure. I'm now curious. I'm gonna look it up and then I'm gonna read some of your comments. Thank you guys for joining. Let me look it up. Google is our friend, at least for the most part, right? All right, let's see. Чертеж на английском. It says just drawing, but it's much. I can't believe it just says drawing. Well, let's say it was sort of like a mechanical drawing. So it's not just a drawing, but it's mechanical. It has to be kind of like geometry. Kind of like geometry. If you study geometry, like a very complex geometry. Let's put it this way. So anyway, this is just a little bit from my experiences to tell you, as I can relate as a woman. And I think somewhere it's probably recorded somewhere subconsciously that I've always appreciated people passionate about things, especially men, but also women. Maybe not always about their career, but when they raising their children with love, when whatever you do, you just give your best, you give love, you give joy as a woman. Some women are very ambitious and they are great at whatever they are doing, they love what they do, but we're talking about men today. So what is that so special about these men that they may or may not have a lot of money, but they have drive. I think the drive is more important than your actual amount of money in the bank, because things come and go, and you, when you get new ideas, when you get new desires and you have motivation, you're gonna have, you can create almost anything. Making money is not that hard, and you hear this from I've been here now over a decade, but when I came here, I there was many challenges, and you hear this from an immigrant, from somebody who's been through a lot. um, I can tell you that making money is not that hard when you are ambitious and driven. Ambitious and driven men do not move the mountains because their goal is money, money, money. They move the mountains because they cannot live any other way. In fact, people who are doing things for money usually not ending up being extremely successful, because when it's project when this project when the projects coming from your heart, money and financial applause comes as a side effect. Yes, you may be, you want to get rewarded, you're creating some project, maybe you're building a bridge, maybe you building a water well somewhere, whatever you're doing. You are in this project, you have passion, you have goal, you have purpose. I feel that for men, having passion, goal, and purpose is so crucial. um and sometimes when you get money, and you don't have purpose and goal, that's the worst thing that can ever happen to you. For example, we have certain people that we all know. I actually made a video about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden has a lot of money that he did not deserve, he didn't earn, probably didn't work a day in his life, but getting power and money for the man that has no purpose. We all, no matter how they're trying to hide it, it's all coming out that he does evil things with that, right? There are certain people, men that do not have true passion, true purpose, and the core desire to create something. When they get when they do not put the work, but they get the reward, it often shows that they are hollow inside. And not just men, I mean all people. um it shows that they are hollow inside, that they really maybe even evil, and these people would never achieve anything on their own, right? In fact, most men, not all, who have generational wealth, a lot of times they blow the money that their mother and father made. A lot of times men blow when they, not just men, but we're talking about men today, they did not earn it, they did not risk anything, they didn't put their hard work, sweat, and tears in things. So they going out of their mind. They smoke parmesan, they they doing immoral things with that. They do not bring any good. So my question is to the ladies: would you like to be a wife with somebody like I just mentioned, of the person that have enormous amount of wealth that they did not build, but they are on drugs, they are extremely immoral. I don't want to go into details of it. I don't want to go into graphics. Uh, they just burn in life. They have absolutely no purpose, but they have a lot of money. As a woman, for me, that would be, for I think for any woman that has a heart and mind, everything aligned, that would be a life in hell. Because that's, of course, is an extreme example. I'm not trying to say that this is a normal situation, but a lot of men who didn't have to build their wealth are not that fun to be around, because somebody had handed that, somebody done that. And in a best case scenario, they will just use it and use their abundance of things that they did not build, and just spend and do crazy things. In the worst case scenarios, they will do evil things and embarrass their entire family, like the person I just named, and that's it. That's it. So unlike somebody who is driven, somebody. So I think for women, we are so attracted to driven and ambitious men because it's pretty much the survival instinct. This is pretty much the fire, the fuel in life, because you gain, you lose, you taking chances. But with a man who is driven, with a man who always, he has passion and purpose, he takes pride in doing things. He has pride to um, achieve more things, to keep going. And he doesn't do it for the money. He may already have the money. He do it because he cannot have it any other way. Um, there is something almost primal. I would say it's a little bit slightly maybe second place after actual survival, when you need to be able to make fire, go kill an animal. I think it goes right after that. So it's a little bit more elaborate than just survival instinct, when this man can bring some bacon. He, in the terms of Armageddon, he can go and kills that rabbit, kills that wild pig, or whatever else is moving, and bring it home. But this is a little bit more elaborate on the level that this man have fire. He has fire, he has drive. I would almost call it like men's makeup, because we don't expect much from you in terms of being worried about your hair and your looks and things like that. It's not that important. When you are a driven man, when the woman doesn't need to ask you and beg you, man, you have power. You have power. And I'm gonna go into a few examples in just regular life, in people that I know. Since you guys know, I have been taking time off internet, so which means socializing, always refreshing your memory. But I want to read some of your comments. So does it make any sense? I'm just talking to myself over here. I need some feedback, guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you so much. I'm trying. It's a long day today, but it was about time I come out again. So my dad was an engineer. He was creating the mechanisms and machines and innovations. So he was pretty brilliant. If he would live his life in the United States, um and created those 50 innovations back in time, because he has like a patent of sorts to his things that he invented, back in USSR time, he probably would be a millionaire. But my dad is an example of a driven man. He truly is. He was always passionate about things. They changed over the course of his life, but he worked for 33 years, I believe, being an engineer before the Soviet Union had collapsed. And every day was like the first day. Every day he was in love with what he was doing. So I understand he suffered in a regular in a regular environment. He was really gifted, and he truly loved I feel that when you have that drive, you cannot do it any other way. You cannot have it any other way. It's not like you tell yourself, tomorrow. Of course you can. I feel that when men or I notice that very often when men you were single for a while, maybe you didn't have that much excitement because you're not excited to do more things for you. But sometimes that little fuel and that little inspiration comes to a man, a little kick comes through the woman that he meets. There is this type of man, at least, not all, not always, but there is this type of men that sometimes need to have something from the outside to trigger that inner drive to do more and create more, and kind of like a little engine is starting to work faster. But I want to say this one thing I agree 100% with the men dating relationship coaches is that they always say leave women alone and work on your career. They always say leave women alone, stop being annoying, stop texting every 5 minutes. When you do that, the woman realizes you have nothing to do and she is 100% object of your attention. That's not what keeps the woman interested in you. When you are on the grind, when you are on your mission, you don't have to spend half of a day text to convince a girl to meet you. She will be on it. She will be hoping and expecting, and she will jump into it. You wouldn't have to. In fact, she may come at you just in kind of a hidden way. She may drop a napkin, or she will be really looking for your attention. She would be hoping that you would pay attention to her because you have this aura. And it's not like that you come out somewhere and you like, yeah, I've been there, look at my company. No, you have it in you. It's like something that brewing inside of your body, mind, and soul. It's in your blood. It's in that energy when you come into the room and you are on fire. So this some of these coaches that I feel sometimes hate women or really hard on women and generalize women, but one thing that all of them say that it's right is that stop chasing women and drives them crazy. Stop doing that. Focus on you. When you focus on your purpose, on your work, on your mission, whatever you do, and you don't have to have a multi-million-dollar business. You can have a mechanic shop, and you can start some investments. You can have any other company, internet company, big or small, it doesn't matter. But when you build you, women are naturally paying attention to you. When you post memes all day, when you're on internet all day long, it gives a message to the woman. It's subconscious. You have nothing to do. You know that you have no goals and you are desperate, and so you chase women all day instead of being on your purpose, achieving your goals. And then women come to you. They may not openly come to you and like knock on your door, but they will be very willing and very excited about your attention. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you guys for the super chats. I appreciate it. Let me check. Thank you so much. Thank you. That is so sweet. Brianna B saying this is grand topic. Driven men have a lust for life. Ooh, Brianna. Let me sip some tea. But this is true. If you ask me about how to keep the woman interested in a man, and I think Brianna kind of meant it too, is that if you're worried about her sexual drive, he'll losing interest in you. It's next to impossible to lose an interest for a man that's always on fire, that always looking for solutions, that does not complain about the government, about the inflation, about the circumstance. But he's creative, so he's a new person every day. He has something going on every day. There is always some kind of adventure, and sometimes there is a downside. But as a woman, I can tell you, it's a drug. So it's a drug, and it's a special. I don't know. I think the nature made it so that as women we just deeply admire this. It's just like a, like a magnet. It's truly magnetic. So, gentlemen, get on your grind. Let your results talk about you. Thank you so much, Brianna. You are so sweet. And I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, my girl. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting and appreciating. And you just uncovered the secret. This is better than Viagra, okay? You're gonna have everything in place for a long time, and women won't need any convincing to have passion for you, because when you exude passion, it's, the air almost gets heavy when you are around, because you have so much passion to what you do, and we just like butterflies to the fire, trust me. I remember being in that group of entrepreneurial men. It was women and men, but we have more men. And I remember that sometimes feeling of almost electrical feeling, because of so much excitement about doing these things, about moving forward, figuring out. It just adds so much more depth and purpose and satisfaction to life, especially for men. We'll talk about women maybe some other time, maybe today. Oh, thank you. Some I have a, let's see, did I miss some? Okay, thank you, ST. Why are your background aesthetics always so timeless and classy? But not always, but thank you. ST, are you a woman or a man? Can you tell me so I know? But thank you. I'll be honest with you, not always. You guys know I sometimes stream in unexpected conditions, and sometimes I'm traveling, and sometimes I'm in my car, so I don't have any, much of aesthetics in my vehicle. But I appreciate your eye for classic style, and thank you so much. Appreciate it. And please tell me if you're a man or woman, so I know. So I say he or she, so I know. I'm flattered. Thank you. And thank you, Bill. Men should strive in his purpose. While money is simply a tool, the love of the money is the root of the evil. Well, the love of the money you didn't make, especially, that is the root of the evil. The love of money that you didn't make, you have nothing to do with. If you're a man, we're talking about men. With women is a little bit different, because when we are coupled up with somebody, we can produce and create, but we want to be in a receiving mode with the man. We don't want to compete with our man. We want to be on a receiving mode, and we can create our own feminine empire. And this is a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun, but we still need to let the man to do his thing. And even if so happened that the lady makes more money than a man, she should still let the man feel like a man and provide for the housing, provide for all the major basic things. So the money that she makes could be invested for their future, for both of their retirement, or for both of their travel fund. A lot of people, that's what they do. So now let's talk about men who are not driven, and this is how this topic was inspired, because let's look at this topic from the opposite. But let me read some more of your comments, because I want to greet you all. Танюша, привет. Спасибо, что зашла. Welcome. Yes, it's wonderful to have ladies. I still sometimes forget that I have ladies. So ladies, this is a topic. While you say, you can share what is that how do you feel when you meet a man that takes care of things and he loves doing it? Because there is a difference when the guy goes to work and he's like, oh God, another day. Oh Lord, it's Monday. Wednesday, we're half through the week. Friday, thank God it's Friday. You know, it's like, I don't wish any days of my life away. You know, I don't wish any day. I love every day. I don't want to have less day. I don't want to get through anything. I don't want to get through the week. I want to thrive through the week. I want to enjoy it. You know, I'm just saying. So, ladies, what do you think about driven and ambitious men? Do they do anything for you, or as long as they have money, you don't care? Do you have anybody here who would say, I don't care if he's ambitious or driven, as long as money are in the bank, I don't give um a rat's ass. So tell me honestly, and I want to greet some more people who joined. Танюш, скажи нам, ты как относишься, если человек, if the guy is, I'm asking my friend Tanya, she's from Russia, so I'm asking her, if the guy has everything, but he just like тухляк, I don't know how to say тухляк in English, he's just like this, would you be happy to be with him? He's depressed. To me, somebody who is quote unquote depressed, it means that my life is over. Seriously. Being an empathetic person, I know that it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna age well. But I want to hear from you, my dear friends. I'm gonna read some of your comments. Yes, Jerry, it's nice to see the ladies. Terry, привет. Hi, Terry. I didn't know you were here. You're probably listening and doing on your missions. Thank you for joining if you're listening. It's always nice to have you. I know you're doing some man's work right now, so if you have a chance to listen, that is awesome. I hope the Wi-Fi is decent. Thank you, Bill. Bill is saying that dad was a great man. Yes, I had a breakthrough. Why is that I cannot be with certain people and I resent them on I can't help it, but I resent a lot of people. And not that I judge them, but I just cannot be in a close circle, or I cannot be in certain kinds of relationships with certain people because I just have this resentment because my dad put the bar high. He never talked about it, but he suffered in the most situations. He didn't care to party, he didn't care to smoke or to drink. The only thing he was born to do is to create. And I can understand him on that one. I really can. You can teach passion, you can fake passion. You cannot download passion from Google. You can't open a passion app and become passionate. This is something that is, I believe every single one of us has something beautiful inside. So now I'm gonna share a few stories with you all. I have dated, Brianna is saying, I have dated slugs before, and they are as exciting as watching. Brianna, you killing me today, bro. They're as exciting as watching the grass grow. Yawn. Yeah. I feel that we have more needs than just eating and sleeping and repeating that. I think we have more in us. I have met some most I met most amazing couple last night. They are actually my subscribers. I should probably make another video about them. But there are people that have passion and purpose, and those are not some loud things. They are not on TV, but they are literally changing lives, like literally. um they touched my heart so deeply. I want to make interview with them. Their mission on this planet is love and loving children. They have 4 children on their own, and they adopted 2 boys from Ukraine, and they're gonna be most amazing parents for them. And those boys, they have some how to say this, they have some special needs. One of them at least has special needs, and it's but they have most beautiful hearts. It's just, to me, that is a purpose. That is a huge purpose. That is literally changing lives. Like, it's literally, so they could have just been living their lives. They already raised 4 children which are grown now, so why not to just, you know call it a day, call it okay, we are done. But they have such beautiful story, so I hope that they will be able to share it. um that is an incredible mission, to give love to somebody who is already here and have nobody to love them. So I'm sharing this because, it's not always about, being on TV, being on social media, being recognized, uh, bragging about something. No, it's when you wake up in the morning and you know why you're still alive, why God have you here, why are you still breathing, why are you still moving around. Well, there is a purpose for you, and it's our responsibility to find that purpose. I find it very difficult to be with around people that, and that's, I blame my father for that. So anyway, I also have example, the opposite of this, that I will share in a minute. Let me read some of your comments. Okay, ST is gonna hide their gender. They're gonna be a secret admirer, or admire, lady admire. I don't know, but thank you. um, yes, men are hunters. Men are hunters, that's for sure. And you do not need our help to hunt. We don't need to, like, give you support when you hunt. That's the whole point, that you do that. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you think that it's truly important for us, what is that exactly that you do? You are 100% wrong, or close to that. Because for us, it's not that important what the hell you are doing. What is that you're doing? It's not as important for us at all. As long as you are on it, as long as you finding opportunities and creating possibilities and doing something that is positive. Of course, it has to be positive. um we don't have to even understand what it is. I did not take engineering such as my parents did. So to me, when my dad was doing all this drawing, I thought they were beautiful and very precise, looked like complex version of geometry I was studying. But I had not a single clue what he was doing, when I was like 9, 10, 11 years old. But I didn't we don't need to know what you're doing. We don't need to know every detail. We don't need to understand engineering, mechanics. It's actually better if we stay away from them. Even though some women are talented at those things as well. But we don't need to understand nooks and crannies of your business. We don't need to try to control you or give you an advice. We really do not need to be an expert or have a decent amount of knowledge in the field that you're pursuing. What we do need is to see you being excited about life and expanding and keep growing. Because the day you stop growing, your life ends. The day you stop growing and dreaming, and for men, dream is a goal with a deadline. Once again, for men, dream is a goal with a deadline. So, at the day you start dreaming and creating, it's over. It truly is. Think about that. How many people, when they retire, they had passions, they done things, and then they retire. You know, my father-in-law here was my first husband in the United States. My father-in-law, he was an incredible person. He was he loved what he did. He was a uh, PhD professor at MSU, very respected man. He worked hard every single day of his life. And when his retirement, he lived pretty long. He was 86 when he died. Um, the day he retired, he sat, they have this little corner couch in the kitchen. He sat in this one place for 20 years. So when he was drinking some wine and reading some books, which is okay, but he did that every single day. And then after he died, they had to replace the whole place in that couch because it was a hole in it. But I am thinking that basically he just didn't know. I don't think he was really exhausted or tired. He was truly passionate about his work. He was amazing. He was very respected man. But I think he just didn't um I think he had too much of potential and things that he could have been doing left, that he didn't have to make that, you know, um whole, that I don't know how to say this, not deep, not bump. It's probably 11 o'clock. I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? So they didn't have to replace the seat. But at the same time, at least he had all those years when he was incredible, and he had, good family and all. And but I just know that he could have been having a lot more fun if he still would be doing something. Um, I just know it. Don't ask me how. Oh, thank you, Jean. Thank you so much. Thank you for your generous support this evening. I appreciate. I'm back. 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 Sorry. Oh, gonna add some light. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm so sorry. The connection was the connection wasn't good. So, James, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for the super chat. We are back. We are back. So, last week or so, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she shared a little bit of her conversation with a man she's seen. And she had this idea. She said, I've always dreamed to go to Hawaii. It would be so much fun to go to Hawaii one day. Um, she just like put a dream out there, it would be so amazing to, to travel out there and see it. And he said, well, do you have money? I don't. Or something like that. I'm trying to remember what he said exactly, but basically not far from what I just said. So, and now I'm gonna step a little bit into traditional Slavic woman mentality. For us, the guy that ask us whether we have money for it and tell us that, you know, it'll be nice, or, you know, you want to pay for it. For us, it's like a peel anti, you know, if she had, you know, if you have a desire for a man and he tells you this, it's like he gave you appeals that you never want him again. And it does not come from the place of judgment. It's just something subconscious. So not only this man did not have a drive or creativity even, or give it a thought, you know, it's like, you know what, let's have a plan, let's see what we could do. That would be nice, you know, maybe I'll pick up that you know, night watch job, or maybe I'll work on the weekends, and that's my dream too, or something. Or maybe I'll sell my crap that is in my basement for last 7 years or 5 years, um and I don't use it. A lot of guys have toys, we girls have jewelry and clothing, a lot of men have toys and the different cars and motorcycles and technology, and saying, you know what, this stuff has been there as long as I remember, or last 3, 5, 7, 8 years I didn't touch it. Maybe I can trade this all, get a good deal, and start our vacation fund. You know, maybe I will go and hustle, maybe I'll go and find the side hustle, what's it called, um and something like that. Guys, you tell me. I have a question to all the guys in the chat. What would you do if the woman you like, you just starting dating her, or maybe you're in a relationship with her, that she would say she wants to do something that is fun and reasonable, but it is out of your current financial situation? What would you do, say, and plan? That's a question to you. Please, let's make it a little bit more engaging. So tell me in the comments. Um, what would you say? Let's say the lady offered you something that you would love to do as well, but your budget is a little bit not prepared at this moment, but you would love to, or you find this a great idea. What would you do? What would you tell her? Would you ask her whether she has money, and whether she can contribute? Would you say, oh, no, I don't have any money? Or would you actually, what would you offer? Tell me. What I can tell you from my side, if you want to have any sexual drive or any desire from her side, uh, don't ever ask her if she has money for them, or just like, you know, I mean, you can, but if that woman has any other options, you won't be the chosen one. Let me read, guys. What do you say? It feels so good to be here today. John is saying, work harder, take a second job if I thought she really wanted. Okay, that's a good one. Very logical. Most people have the wrong concept about retirement. Well, could be. I think every person can decide what they do in their retirement, but I'm just saying that you can have a lot of fun. You don't have to you can keep going if your health is good, and you can do a lot of things, but a lot of people use that fire in their hearts, so you gotta do things when you can, right? You know, when you're a child and your parents tell you, no, 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 we can do this now, but we can do it in a month. Like months feels like a century. So it's it feels like it's gonna be in another century. And sometimes as an adult you postpone things, and then you don't want them, they don't want you, or whatever else. I don't know. I just it's gone. It's over, right? Um okay, let's see your other ideas. Hey, where are your ideas? Are you all sleeping in here? You come to sleep? Hello, Joseph. Welcome. David, uh thank you so much for the cash app. I appreciate it. David is saying I would definitely work harder, and let's see, I would definitely work harder and be happy about it. And be yes, I understand. You would definitely work harder and be glad to do so. Well, it's nice to get more out of life rather than less out of life, right? Thank you so much, David. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you. I do have a lot of respect for people that always find a way. And I have to say, say that, ladies overall are very creative, and very often, ladies have to find a way, because, sometimes you're home state mom, or sometimes you're on a budget, and, you guys don't know how expensive that is to be a woman. I'm telling you, it's insane. It's insane, even if you don't do anything like any special procedures, or like surgeries, just to keep up the beauty. It takes a lot to be a woman, right, ladies? So we have to be creative, we have to find streams of income, but we also have to find something preferably that doesn't drain us, because the woman that women who are not married or not in a relationship with driven men, and they are becoming more driven than their men. If, in other words, if she has more drive than you, the dynamic, if she has more drive than you over time, the dynamic of your relationship will also change, and she may start to be more in her masculine, more in a go-getter, and you will kind of become more feminine and more weak in a way. I've seen that happen a few times in my life, and it's very sad, because in the beginning it starts with just a classic situation when the man is a leader, he's a provider, and the woman is a follower, and it's plus and minus, it's all connects, and all strive for a balance, and there is no contradiction. But over time, when the man is losing, if he is losing some of his drive, some of his striving for the best, some of his force, when he's losing it, she, to keep the balance, she almost have to pick it up. So the more, if over time she picks more and more, then you no longer have the polarity, or polarity is there, but it's not into your favor, because she is becoming more in a masculine go-getter, let's make it happen, and you becoming more passive and depressed. You can't go in the same direction with somebody, in a direction of happy and productive and successful life, when you are moving forward and they are moving backwards. You can't hold hands. When this person is moving in this direction, and sometimes she has to, because the party is over, right? Or things had changed, the dynamics had changed. If she moving forward and you moving backwards, is, even if you try hard to hold your hand, you can't. You won't be able to keep moving. So eventually, this is going to end. The other way, the other way around, same thing. If you're moving forward and you excited about life, and you have a woman that is discouraging, that's criticizing you, that's never happy about things that you do, eventually you will either stay stuck holding her hand, or you both will have to let go so you can keep moving forward, and you will naturally attract the woman that would appreciate your ambition and drive, and her misery is not inspiring, so she will go where she was going, you know. um Unfortunately, there are women, um there are types of women that who create an environment where it's very hard to be um inspired and driven and ambitious. Yes, so you can have different luck with different types of women. You can look at your life and think, I was married for 10 years with this person. Everything was a struggle. We barely have our ends meet. We barely could make our ends meet. And then I married, I have this woman now, and everything is booming. Even though when I met her, I was in debt, or I had certain things. But now we've been together for 5, 6, 7 years, and my everything is blossoming and blooming, and our bank account looks amazing because this woman, gives you something that you need and something that you don't have. Now, this is not an excuse to not be, to not have a good productive life, but women do play pretty big role in your luck. It's not literally luck, but the way things are turning out. Remember, guys, I made a video with Galina Smith. She is basically a consultant, and she's a mentor for a lot of Slavic women. Um, when her husband became a millionaire, basically, when she married him, and she was not, a 25-year-old, or she was not this, like, the young hot chick that all men dream about. She was a beautiful, charming woman, but she was um mature, but she was very loving, nurturing, and inspiring. And her husband, after divorce, he lost a lot. His previous wife was a crazy spender, and he just got tired of it. But with her, with things that the way she was taking care of him, the way they were just, as young generations say now, the way they were vibing together, after some years of life, everything started to multiply, and he ended up going, their financial um wealth multiplied as well. So women do play the role, but you can't blame women, because if something does not work for you, if something doesn't work for you, you should take things in your own hands and see what you can change. Okay, we expect, from you to take decisions, and um I hope you expect the same. Do you guys have any thoughts, ideas that you wanted to share? Let me see what else I put in here. Oh my god, if I could even read my own writing, that would be great. It doesn't look like it. Sometimes when you live with a man who has low ambition, he basically look at you as if you're gonna be helping him, to pay half of his bills. And you can, even as a woman, if your your business, your career, or your family, online whatever you do, whatever passion you have, if that takes off, sometimes you have a man who would not allow you to spend your own money because he has fear that, oh my god, what you're gonna do, you spend it, even though if you created that money, sometimes he would not allow you to spend money. And I want to tell you something. When you are generous, and you once in a while you splurge and you do these things, you are generous. When you are generous, things that always come back to you. Like, for those of you guys who support my live streams, and maybe you support some other people, whoever you do, just know things always come back to you 10 times when you help, when you genuinely passionately support somebody. Same as with us. When we have a man that is generous, um and he can splurge and enjoy that, it also means that you trust that you're capable of creating more. You trust in your own resourcefulness. You know that you can tweak some things, you can change some things, you can add some things. You know that you're capable of creating more financial abundance. Guys, especially with technology right now, there is really no excuse for both genders, really. For both. You can be a housewife, a mother of three, and make more than your husband. You still should let him to provide. You still should let him feel like a man and put his effort. But you can invest your wealth, and in future, for future, you can learn about funds and um investments and all of that. So one of the beliefs that you have to take out of your head, that money is a limited resource and the money are so hard to make. Money is just a side effect when you are doing what you're supposed to do. It's just a side effect. It's like applause. When you go and you give a speech or you perform or you're doing something, if you do it well, there's gonna be somebody who will applaud you. But you're not hoping, you're not coming there and begging people to applaud. Somebody will applaud, maybe many people will. Maybe you'll have to do better and then you get your applause. So it's not that hard, and it's not a limited resource. The only limited resource is time. Um it's time that you can take off, spend with your family, spend with your loved ones. And once again, when you have drive and ambition, it's easier sometimes to take time off, because you have some systems in place. Because when you give your all, you can also take a break and you know take time off and give your all to your family so you can enjoy it. I had another conversation, and I'm thinking to make the video about downsides of being, pros and cons of being a housewife or stay-at-home mom. I was talking to another friend of mine, and she has a good husband, good family, they are doing well in life, but her husband always tells that whatever she wants to do, she wants to go on vacation, it's expensive. He says it's expensive. When she said, she wants to buy herself something, it's expensive. When she said, okay, let's just stay here, in our state, but let's go somewhere for a couple of days with kids, it's expensive. I want to go see my friend in another state. Oh no, that's off the limits. I want to get myself, I'm gonna get my kid, I want to get him a new bike and not a used bike just because, or it's expensive. So, when you say this, it's expensive, you once again, you deny your very, one of your biggest, powers as a man of, uh, being resourceful, especially when it's a simple things like, taking a couple of days together, or, letting your wife go do nails. She said, oh, you have such pretty nails. She said, I'm a home stay mom, like I, um I wish I could do, but I can't afford it. And I didn't say anything because um, I truly hope that things will change with time. But and she has a very good man who is a provider. They have beautiful home, but he would not allow her to go get nails. It's expensive. So I just want to tell you that for us, it's a punch in the gut when you say this, especially when those are not some huge astronomical things. You know, go get a manicure, go for a couple of days or even couple of weeks for vacation a year. Um, Doing just simple, joyful things and share the experience as a family, or for a woman to get your makeover, if that is expensive for you, you have a problem. Okay? You know, once again, in this particular case, you know, I was just telling I was just kind of hinting to her that, you know, you gotta, you know, kind of be a little bit foxy, you know, not in a mean way, but just kind of like, you know, maybe be a little bit playful and tell him that no, we can actually afford it. So I offered her, so I offered my friend, I said, you know, let's go get manicures, you know, it's just gonna be my treat. And she said, oh no, my husband will never allow this. I said, why? Because he will say, oh no, don't let anybody pay for you, we can afford it. Yet he would not allow her to do it, and if she would do it, he would guilt her that she spends family money on frivolous things such as, you know, hair, you know, manicures or pedicures. So she cannot accept the gift because their family can't afford. But yet he would not. It's just like this is gonna be for another video I want to do about pros and cons of housewives. You gotta understand some things, guys, from the inside. And you know, it's really weird, but little things like that make us happy. You know, being able to go and buy yourself a dress for no good reason. You know, being able to go and invite your friend for lunch and pay for it for no good reason. You know, just for fun. Go and take care. You know, oh my God, I found out we have a Turkish, um, like Turkish baths here in Michigan. I know it's not gonna be the same like it was in Turkey. It's like, you know, hammam. Oh my God, this is my favorite kinds of spa. That's like, that is my dream. So, you know, whatever floats your boat, you have to do it sometimes. You have to have those splurges and treats. Why? Because they really steer your happiness up, they steer your level of joy. And when you have a woman that is generating joy, when you are able to do simple things and, you know, maybe a variety of different things for her, but especially those things that make her happy, that, you know, she's like, oh my God, I love that massage place. Like for me, I love the Turkish, or I think in this case it's Moroccan. It's like a special spa massage. It's like, it's hard to explain. You feel like a newborn after that. Like, it's amazing. So whatever that is, that's special, you know, when you have a woman and you are able to treat her and do certain things, she is generating joy. She is becoming she's becoming a joy generator, which, whether you realize it or not, will bring you more and more abundance, because her laughter, her happiness, her eyes, her shine, that will somewhere inside of you create those mechanisms gonna be going at a higher speed. So you will not even recognize yourself, you know, when you come home and you know, she can't wait to show you what she did, or, you know, things. Man, I'm telling you. But when you tell your woman, when she asks you for a basic thing, like, you know, going doing her hair or her nails, or she needs something, when you tell her that's too expensive, or you guilt her, it means that you do not trust that you're capable of doing very basic things. So that would be hard to program that for a big success. What do you guys think? Are you all falling asleep? You want me to sing a lullaby? I'm not good at it, so no. And another thing is, why to have a man if you would be single? You can do these things for you. If you think about it, ladies who are, not married or not in a committed relationship, a lot of them, they don't have kids. They don't have to sit with a kid and be up all night. They're not a housewife. They have a job or career or little business or big business. I don't know. So before they met you, they can go and do their nails, do their hair, buy themselves a dress, have some fun. But now they are married and they're not allowed to do this. And the truth is, when you marry a woman, you fall in love with her the way she was before she met you. She had things that she was enjoying, right? She was doing um she was in her spare time, she was doing things that was bringing her pleasure. So now she has you, but she no longer she has to feel guilty in the best case scenario to go and get herself a cup of coffee or you know a treatment or something like that. Come on now. And if you guys talking about Slavic women, you know that we don't go to the date uh rolling out of our bed. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the ladies that are listening to me tonight, and they're from all over the world, and they also do not, if they're listening to my channel, I know that they taking care of themselves, that they don't just roll out of bed, from their bed to go on a date. So no woman wants to get married and have less than she had before she got married, right? No woman wants to get married and get worse situation than she had before she got married. I remember I read this in one book. Husband is a man that helps a woman to solve problems that she wouldn't have had if she wouldn't marry him. I love this one. Once again, husband is a man that helps his wife to solve the problems that she wouldn't have had if she wouldn't have married him. Of course, this is just humorous and this is just fun. So, but it's true because whatever problems you get when you get married, you wouldn't have them if you wouldn't marry. And he helps you. But to be serious, think about it. There is no point for you either. If you do not live with a woman that inspires you, if you do not live with a woman that appreciates you, if you do not live with a woman that makes you want to get up in the morning, you could be in the wrong place. If everything is a battle, you're probably not moving in the right direction. So think about it. I want to tell you this, guys, if you feel resistance, if you feel like, if you feel that you are a provider, you like providing, but somehow with this woman you don't feel like doing it, you feel kind of greedy or petty, or you're all tense up, you don't want to provide with her, it could be that she is just not the right match for you. And you just don't enjoy being around her. Maybe she does not believe you. Maybe she believe in you. Maybe she does not appreciate your passion. Maybe you have this big. I had this one friend in our entrepreneurial group. He was so passionate about his entrepreneurship, I could literally just listen to him, and I could go and just that day I can move the mountains, I can fly to the moon and come back and do it over again. He was so excited about what he was doing. His wife, um, oh, sorry, his wife, she was, I would not say that she was bad or, bad, quote unquote. She was just indifferent. She was so incredibly indifferent to everything that mattered to him that it was painful to watch. I think the opposite of love is not hate. I feel in this situation, the opposite of love is indifference. So, he would have his engines going and he would be doing all these things. And he was already pretty wealthy. He didn't really have to do this for money. That was just his passion. He couldn't have it any other way. But his wife was so extremely indifferent. And not only she was indifferent, but she would be, sorry guys, it's hot in here. Even though the AC is on, but summer is here. So even though he was so passionate about things and he was getting things done and things were going well, her indifference was really affecting him. And in which way it was affecting him, that she would laugh at him, when he would do some courageous things in his business. um for example, he would add some tweaks and differences to his video, or the way he would present. He would try, sometimes I remember he showed up in a suit at 6 a.m, when we were doing a project. Like, he was just trying to do creative things to kind of keep growing, keep challenging himself. She would give him this looks of doubt, looks of like, cheese, or that just wasn't encouraging. And honestly, inside of me, I was hoping that he would have the courage to move on, because there was no way that he could ever truly do the things he desired. And then some years later, I learned that they did go their separate ways. Like that example that I shared with you guys earlier. If you are going in this direction and you happy about it, this is where you want to go, and your partner does not even look that direction, and they're moving that way, you can't keep holding the hands for too long. You cannot keep holding the hands, because you will either get stuck, but can't keep walking where you want to be and hold the hands if you're moving in a different directions. So that's why you got to be smart up front. Don't just ask yourself a question. Okay, if you're choosing from 3 different women, ask yourself a question. Which one really gets you going? Because once again, the looks are not that great of investment, because looks is the first thing that fades. Obviously, that is an important part, but still, you don't want to deal with indifference and contempt. So let me see. I think my charge is about to die, so I'm gonna wish everybody a good night. Just have a few minutes to look at your comments. And thank you guys for connecting with my message. Oh, thank you, Raymond. Raymond is saying, Veronica, this is one of your best. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Raymond. Are you my old like early subscriber or new subscriber? Um, Joseph, if the man works too much, you can grow apart. But this is where the woman's nurturing comes, and this is where she gets him to relax. This is where she creates an opportunity for vacation because he doesn't tell her, oh, that's expensive. Guys, if you have to tell a woman that's expensive for some little things, you need a job. Seriously. No, you actually, and if you have a job, you need to go to a specialist. Because if you live with fears that you're not going to have money, that's probably what is going to happen. So don't be shy. We all have fears. But yes, I mean, if man works too much and he doesn't spend any time with you, he doesn't plan anything, and he just use work as an excuse, then yes, you can grow apart. But if he works hard for the family, if he pushes through every single day, he gives his best, and he works for the family, that's both of their job to find a way to escape for a week, couple days, half a day, uh, couple hours. So it's both in a couple can find a way to spend some quality time with each other, and show appreciation. But some people do use work as an escape. Yes, it's true. But again, when you take care of your woman, when she is, nurtured, when she doesn't have to be stressed out and worried that they're gonna cut electricity tomorrow and the mortgage payment is not gonna get paid, when she doesn't have that stress, she may create an opportunity, to make sure you're relaxed. I'll just say that much. She may be inspired to lead you away from your duties for a little bit. You just can't let it go. For things do not happen, indifference do not happen overnight. So once you feel that things are getting cold, slightly colder, you gotta go right in. And feminine women know how to do that, and they gotta create some nurturing sessions, and it's all good then. Yes, it's true, Nicholas. Nicholas is saying sometimes a man is pushing and investing all into the future, and so it's difficult to have extra. I understand that, and um, you can still find something that you can do. I do understand that it's kind of silly when you're a young family and somebody asks you for Louis Vuitton bags, and it's really depends, especially when you're the same age and you're in your 20s. That's understandable that you invest in the future. But really, if you are that if you're such a great hustler, you can probably find a way to have little bit extra just to treat her. And if it's really super hard, one thing that you could do, if you can't do it financially at all, do it affectionately. Find a way when you're not on your phone, you're not checking your feed, get off Instagram, and do some pleasant, romantic things when she is the center of your attention. Um, Hold your hands more often, hug her more often. Women want to go shopping, especially, like, women want shopping, mm, do like too much of extra shopping when they are not satisfied and they don't get enough of love. Well, some women love shopping anyway. But I'm just saying, when she wants to do something super extra, a lot of times is that she doesn't get enough of your attention, and she's trying to get joy through doing extra shopping. So do put your mind and your creativity and do something that will touch your heart. We get sad and discouraged when you stop paying attention to us. Because when you meet us, when you meet the woman you really want, your entire focus of life is on her. Then when you got her, you go back to your grind and purpose because you want to keep making money. But oops, my computer is dying. But the problem is, so we said, oh my god, this man, he treats me so good, I want to be with him. And then when we are with you, you are busy, right? Because you got to go back and grind, and we are frustrated that now you don't do all these things that you used to do. So if you financially tied tied up for a short time, do something very romantic, put effort and creativity, and show her the love. Don't find an excuse. Honestly, you can do both, because that's an investment. You know, when you give undivided attention to a woman, you invest in your future, just like you invest the money for future. You want to build, for especially young couples, you want to build the future just as much. You invest emotional joyful moments in your mental treasure box. So when you have hard times and you're sick of each other and you're having a conflict and things are not so good, you can take a breath and try to give yourself some time, and then remember all the awesome things you had, and think about them again and relive them again and recreate them again. So time into our loved people, into our partners, into our children, time that we invest, it's also a major investment. Most women, I'm gonna tell you $1,000,000 secret, most women will shop less if you would love them more and show it. You may be loving them, but sometimes you don't show it. Most women would shop less for unnecessary stuff if you would hug them tighter, if you would hold their hand more, if you would be more affectionate. Like, seriously, if you would do more eye contact, just be more present. So I'm just telling you the truth, because women trying to get that extra fun, because instead of good morning, you saying morn. Instead of saying good morning, darling, you look so beautiful this morning, or how cute you are, or whatever, saying it genuinely. You This is a new thing also from a friend of mine. She got a message on her phone. It was saying morn, not good morning, not happy Sunday or something. Morn. So when you say morn, it's pretty much over. Because you see, investment matter in financial ways and in emotional ways. With that being said, guys, I absolutely have to tell you goodbye, because the Cinderella gonna no the uh carriage gonna turn into a pumpkin, and Cinderella is going to turn into into a woman that had a pretty long day. Thank you for posting my Cash App, $ Veronica Olsen 777, where you can put your request or just support the channel if you enjoy it. And my you can join Patreon platform, and my email is still consultveronica@gmail.com. I will try to remember to post it after the video. Thank you so much for joining. It's so wonderful to reconnect with you all. If you have a moment, I would truly appreciate if you write under the video either your favorite point or your outlook on this topic. Thank you, Nicholas. Joseph is saying most ambitious men will leave after they make it big. He will trade you for a new model. Well, if the woman did not have to work, and he invested in you heavily, who is going to lose if he leaves? I'm gonna say this again. If you lived with a woman for a long time, you invested in her heavily, who is going to lose if he decide to go? That's the question. Smart man invested so much in the woman is not going to lose, not going to leave. And if he would, she's still going to win. Thank you, Brianna. I appreciate you. Thank you, girl. Thank you so much. Remember, this is not a competition. It's about living a happy and fulfilled life for everyone.